In 2009, the world fell in love with Meet the Browns, the sitcom that felt like comfort food for the soul. It was loud, chaotic, hilarious, and full of heart. But what the audience never saw were the storms happening when the cameras stopped rolling. Behind the laughter were broken marriages, health battles, financial struggles, and emotional wounds deeper than any script ever revealed. Today, we peel back the curtain on the cast. You thought you knew. From shocking transformations to heartbreaking secrets, this is the real story of the Meet the Browns family. Then and now, 2025. And trust me, you will not recognize the people they've become. Stay with us. This journey is going to change everything you thought you knew. Kay Callan, who portrayed the eccentric Daisy LaRue, seemed like a quirky, washed-up star on camera, but off camera, she carried the weight of a lifetime of lost dreams and emotional wars. Born in Texas in 1936, she entered Hollywood only to be typecast, overlooked, and emotionally dismissed. Her first marriage to theater director James Borman fell apart in 1970. After painful financial conflicts left her raising 3 children alone: Jaime, Kelly, and Christy. Her second marriage to film producer Tom Callan didn't survive either, leaving her to rebuild her life from pieces. Hollywood constantly boxed her into the odd older woman, deepening her depression and sense of invisibility. But she refused to fade. She taught acting, wrote books, and took every role she could find, slowly reminding casting directors of her brilliance. Through characters like Mrs. Manicotti in The Honeymooners and Mabel Simmons in Knots Landing. By the time Tyler Perry offered her the role in Meet the Browns, she had already weathered enough storms to fill a lifetime. Today at 89, she continues to inspire young actors, turning her pain into a guiding light. Then there was Jennifer Lewis, the incomparable powerhouse behind Vera Brown. Her fiery personality on screen was no match for the battles she fought behind closed doors. Born in Missouri, she stepped into the spotlight with unmatched talent, but carried a heavy emotional load. Her marriage to musician Randy Jackson collapsed under the weight of addiction and chaos. She faced the loneliness of never having biological children and suffered through the lifelong battle of bipolar disorder. Diagnosed when she was just 20, she endured manic episodes, hospitalizations, and a suicide attempt in 1985 after a career-shattering setback. Later came more heartbreak, a romance scam in 2015, and a horrifying fall from a hotel balcony in Serengeti in 2022 that required 9 hours of surgery. Yet despite every blow, she rose stronger, sharing her story in her memoir, The Mother of Black Hollywood, and becoming a fierce mental health advocate. Today, at 68, she continues acting, speaking, and raising her adopted daughter Charmaine, proving that the strongest warriors are often the ones who have survived the most. David Mann, best known as Mr. Brown, built his success through years of struggle. Raised poor in Dallas, he worked nearly 10 years as a mechanic while dreaming of the stage. After marrying Tamla Mann in 1988, financial problems tested their young marriage. A failed theater investment pushed them into debt and nearly led to divorce by 1995. Fame later brought a new challenge, being typecast as a single comedic character. Refusing to be limited, David returned to touring, comedy, and creative work. Today, he performs alongside his wife, proving resilience can reshape both career and marriage. His wife, Tamla Mann, who played Cora Simmons, carried her own silent battles. Raised in poverty in Fort Worth, Texas, she struggled with obesity and the depression that followed. Her health became a source of tension in her marriage, especially as David worried about her well-being while juggling their careers and family. As her gospel career grew, new pressure emerged: tours, studio deadlines, and the constant balancing act between being an actress, a singer, a wife, and a mother. By 2017, her body reached its breaking point, leading her to undergo stomach surgery and a long, painful recovery. But from that suffering rose a Grammy-winning voice that captivated millions. Today, she continues recording, performing, and inspiring countless fans through her health advocacy and music. Tasha Smith, who played the troubled Tanya Ortiz, brought realism to her role because she understood pain firsthand. Her marriage to Keith Douglas quickly spiraled into emotional abuse and betrayal, pushing her into one of the darkest periods of her life. While supporting her twin sister Sidra, she battled through a brutal divorce that left her emotionally drained. Then came the unthinkable, a stage 3 breast cancer diagnosis in 2016. She fought through chemotherapy while handling court cases and dealing with Hollywood labeling her difficult, a word that nearly suffocated her career. But Tasha refused to break. She rose again through directing, acting, and coaching performers through her academy, turning her survival into a legacy that empowers others. On the other side of the cast was Lamon Rucker, the calm and grounded Dr. William Brown. His personal life mirrored anything but calm. His first marriage fell apart under the pressure of long filming schedules and public expectations. His second marriage to Leah Thompson struggled under the weight of fame, scrutiny, and the invisible demands placed on successful black men in Hollywood. When the 2007-2008 Hollywood strike hit, his career nearly vanished overnight, forcing him to consider leaving acting for a job selling insurance. But his defining roles in All My Children and The X's reignited his place in the industry. Today, he continues acting and investing in real estate, proving that determination can outlast any storm. Robert Reichard, the charming Derek Porter, faced battles few saw coming. Fame arrived early, but stability did not. His long-term relationship ended in emotional conflict, pushing him deeper into drinking and anxiety. A DUI arrest in 2013 cost him a major contract, and an assault accusation in 2016 sent him tumbling onto Hollywood's blacklist. Roles disappeared, and offers dried up, but Robert fought his way back, slowly rebuilding his life, sobriety, and identity. Today he takes supporting roles and works independently, proving that redemption is possible even after the world turns its back. Denise Boot, who played Sasha Brown, lived through emotional storms of her own. Her marriage to Kevin Boot strained after the birth of their son. When she stepped away from acting, financial pressures and fear of losing her career created tension at home. She was still recovering from a failed cosmetic surgery in 2012 that left her battling physical pain and depression. But through therapy and communication, she and her husband rebuilt their marriage. She returned to acting and launched business ventures that strengthened her family's financial foundation. Lisa Rindle, known as Karen Jackson, faced an industry that often refused to appreciate her depth. After Meet the Browns, typecasting and long gaps between roles pushed her into anxiety, especially as she tried to support her family during the pandemic. But she found new purpose in teaching and mentoring actors, transforming her struggles into wisdom she could pass on. Her powerful performances in Luke Cage and Daddy's Girls reminded Hollywood and the world that her talent never faded. Maurice Jeet Smith, who brought the soft-spoken and lovable Reggie Brooks to life, carried a gentle energy that made his character unforgettable. But when the cameras stopped rolling, Maurice faced a battle far more painful than anything portrayed on the show. A devastating knee injury struck at the height of his career, forcing him into surgery and long months of grueling recovery. The injury didn't just affect his mobility, it affected his livelihood. Roles slipped away, opportunities faded, and his confidence took hit after hit. His wife, Elena, became his caregiver, a role she embraced with love, but one that filled Maurice with guilt as she carried the weight of their home and future. Yet he refused to quit. Unable to handle physically demanding roles, he reinvented himself through voice acting, smaller appearances, and creative projects that allowed him to stay connected to the industry he loved while protecting. Browning, the talented actress behind Brianna Ortiz, stepped into fame young, but pain followed close behind. Her marriage ended abruptly in 2018, leaving emotional fractures that were slow to heal. Hollywood's harsh beauty standards and unspoken conversations about colorism pushed her into waves of doubt, but Logan fought back through activism and powerful roles like Samantha White in Dear White People, transforming her struggles into a voice that inspires countless women today. Juanita Jennings, who played Edna Barnes, survived decades of discrimination, a painful divorce, and the harsh reality of ageism in Hollywood. Yet she continued working, teaching, and embracing roles that allowed her to shine on her own terms. Lastly, Gunnar Washington, the young Joaquin Ortiz, grew up on TV but stepped away to protect his mental health. His parents' divorce in 2015 shook his world, but education became his anchor. Today, he works behind the camera as a producer, creating stories that reflect growth and resilience. Through every heartbreak and every triumph, the cast of Meet the Browns proved that behind the brightest smiles live the strongest survivors. But now we want to hear from you. Which story shocked you the most? And whose journey changed the way you see the show forever? Drop your thoughts below and don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss the next chapter of Hollywood's hidden truths. Thanks for watching.